Why is it? Why? It's weird. Let's go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you, Kristen.
You got it.
The top one's good. Okay.
What's going on, guys? Coach Austin here at PT Square. We got Coach Highlight over here in the corner. We got a Pilates workout for you guys today. All with your abs, training them good and well. With that being said, I always start sitting down. We really need to stay up. To begin with, don't get down yet. We're going to start out with just a brief, simple warm-up. I start out, doesn't matter which leg. We're going to switch them out here. Forward lunge, straighten out that back leg as much as you can. Arms up in the air, lean back behind you. Go ahead, fall it forward. Still keeping that back leg straight. Try to get a good stretch for that calf as well as your hamstrings. We'll stand back up again and lean back as much as you can. Reach up towards the ceiling. Fall down towards one side, lateral flexion. Stretching the upper back. Same thing over towards the other. Really what we're doing right here, we're warming up your spine in every way we can. Out to a T towards the leg that's forward. I want you to rotate towards that side as much as you can. And now I want you to rotate the opposite way, all the way over, so we are now in the opposite lunge because you rotated the whole way, right? Arms up, leaning back as much as you can, stretching out those abs. Yeah. Go ahead and follow down forward for that lunge stretch, that runner stretch. Stretch out calves, hamstring, hip flexor, everything in between. Reach it up and back again. We got those abs going to take care of. We fall it over towards one side for that lateral flexion. Feel that good stretching upper back. Same thing all the way over towards the other. Good. Out to a T again. Rotate towards the leg that is forward. We'll rotate all the way back to where we are in the middle. Hips going back as we rotate upper back towards the other side. Alternating toe touches. We'll do just a few of these. Rotation of the spine. Opening up your hips. That's how I usually like to begin a good Pilates workout. Good. Bring feet together. Reach it up, leaning back as much as you can. Extending your spine, tucking chin in. Rolling it down one vertebrae at a time. Let it hang. Go ahead and slide your feet back in a good plank position. Hips down, so we're in an up dog. Looking up towards the ceiling. For that good roundness in your low back. Tuck hips under. Hips towards the ceiling for that down dog. I'm going to walk away, you guys. That's doing good. Good. Bend those knees in. Slowly bring it on down. All right, all right. Personally, the way I do Pilates, I like to kind of coach you guys through one thing at a time. They're unique exercises, unique positions. You're probably not going to get them all on the first take, on the first. If I go through them all and then run through them all. So I'd rather just go through them one at a time. That being said, I'm going to be doing the full out version of these exercises. I'll show you ways to make it a little bit harder, a little bit more challenging. Kylie will be doing a modification, just different ways to modify in case you're experiencing back pain or knee pain or whatever it might be during these exercises. We'll find ways to modify, find different ways to still execute them. With that being said, the first exercise we have is a 1, 2, 3 leg drop. I'm going to be going with straight legs. Kylie's going to be going with about 90 degrees in her knees. She's going to be using her knees to point. So all the way up, I'm going to point my toes. Take it down just a little bit more. Then the third one. Then we'll lift it all the way up. Make sense? Yes, let's do it, coach. Renee, let's go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Let's get to it. Down a little bit more. All the way without touching. And then we are lifting back again. The purpose here is to stop when your body tells you to, and to have that full control the entire time, because a lot of the times when we go through these exercises, we've gone through leg drops before, we know how to do them, our muscles know how to do them. We don't always have full control. Your head can be relaxed on it. I was crunching mine up to look and talk. Sometimes we don't always have full control. I want you to learn the control, learn how different tweaks to an exercise all the way up. We have 3, 2, 1, and break it right there. Learn how some exercises we naturally just go through. We don't try to execute, we just try to get through them. So here I like to break down movements to make sure we're actually executing the best way we can. This next one, modified full version are going to be the same. They're scissor kicks. You're going to do 5 of them and hug your leg. Let me demo one time. I'm going to go way quicker. Don't go this speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach up and hug that leg. Get a good stretch out for your hamstrings. Preferably hug above your knee, so towards your calf somewhere. You can't hug all the way at your foot. Go ahead for it. If you can't quite hug above your knee, still hug right below your knee. Don't hug your knee. Hug right below your knee and just pull it in as much as you can. Still need a stretch in between. Because yes, we like to work, but we also need to work on mobility. So it's not always just the hard things. Sometimes we have to do the easy things incorporated in there. With that being said, 5 of them, hug them on the 5th one each time, and then you will switch. 3, 2, 1. Let's get to it. We have 1. Remember, take it slow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach up, hug it, get that good stretch. Relax, and let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3. Lower back is still pressed down to the ground. 5. Look, we know we're on the second leg. We don't have to come back a second time. Do this again. Ready? Let's go again. Try to keep those legs as straight as you can. Naturally, they're going to bend some. That's okay. I just want you thinking about it, being aware and trying to fight it. Point those toes this entire time. 3, 4. Last one, give it a good hug. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you break it right there. See, I told you it wasn't going to be too bad. We got to sprinkle a little bit of easy stuff with them. Next are the side V-ups. This one I need to explain in detail. It doesn't matter which side, we're going to hit both of them back to back. You're going to be on your side. Bottom arm is down. Top arm is up. I like to put those fingertips right at my temple. Legs, full version are going to be straight. Modified will be bent. I'm going to show you what it is. It is a side V-up right here. What we are doing is rolling back onto the meat of our muscle a little bit more. You're going to be rolling back onto your booty muscle some. If you feel these pressing down, having a lot of pressure on the outside of your hip, let it roll back a little bit. Again, that bottom hand is going to help press you up a little bit. The more modified you need to go, put more pressure in this bottom hand. The more you want to rely on your obliques, the more I want you to rely on them, help them with the lift. I need to go in detail with that. It is very important. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead with it. Again, bottom arm is down. Top fingertips are about at your temple right here. Lifting everything up together. The elbow goes towards your knee. Doesn't mean they have to touch. If you have mobility, please go for it. But it does not mean they have to touch. Knees are trying to stay locked out. Give it a shot. Maybe that does feel a little bit weird. Maybe you need to bend those knees a little bit. That's totally fine. As you rock back, you should not have pressure on that bone. I want you to fall backwards onto your glutes a little bit here. Let them help you. And the way that we do that, we add a little bit more rotation in our upper back. We have 3, 2, 1, and we're right there. We add a little bit more rotation, but we try to minimize the spinal flexion. We want everything working together, not against each other. Same thing over towards the other side. Now we get to go right away. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's get to it. Remember, bottom arm is down, top arm is up and behind you a little bit. If you can, try to straighten out those knees. Give it a shot. See what it feels different right here. A lot of times I notice when you start out with modified and we think that's what we're stuck to. We need to stay there in the modified. Always give it a try. Try the fuller version. Do something you think you couldn't do. Maybe everybody's telling you not to do it, then by all means go back. Maybe it's saying, wow, that was hard, but it was doable. Let's do it again. Let's just do it 3 more times. You think we can do that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 2, last one. Crunch up nice and tall for 45 or rake it right there. Oh, my goodness. Next, we are going to be on your hips. And this one, I'm going to have a water bottle in there. Look, you got yours right there, too. We're going to have one position. Modified, have those hands behind you for a little extra support. Full version, have everything in front. Out and in crunches, except this time we're going to either side of the water bottle. So Kylie's modification is putting her hands behind her. Maybe she realizes as doing these and tweaks her hips or bothers her low back for one reason or another, she's just going to take out the water bottle and go to those normal in and out crunches. If you can, I want to challenge you with something just different, not necessarily super hard, super challenging, just different. So we're going to tap our feet to either side of the water bottle that we have in front of us. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's get to it. Out and in. We sit ourselves when we're in. We're out the other direction and we're in. So while we're here, make sure, most importantly, we have good posture. Shoulder blades are back and down while we are here. Second, make sure the top of your hips are tilting upwards as much as possible. Naturally, when we go out, when our feet go out, we want to lean back with our upper body. I don't actually want you to lean back with your upper body. I want you to try your best to sit everything straight up and down while we are here. That requires a lot more core strength to hold you straight up and down, but even more so, it protects your spine and sets it up in a good position. 3, 2, 1, records right there. Ooh, that gets my hips, that gets my low back.
Yeah, quads.
Quads get in there too. You specifically asked for no quads. Yeah, I'll worry about it. Should have known what that happens. You're gonna get some in there. We will, we got one more. Crunch to sit up. We all can't do a sit-up, that's just the truth of the matter. So crunch to your best version of a sit-up. If you can do a sit-up, we're gonna start out crunching up nice and tall. Let your shoulder blades touch. You are right back up. No whip. Have that natural curve of your spine roll you up. Then slowly roll it on down to your shoulder blades touch. You crunch it up. Shoulder blades touch. You sit it on up. If you can't sit up all the way, don't worry, you're on the low one. Most people actually cannot sit up all the way. Totally fine. The version that we're gonna do is a mini crunch. Let shoulder blades tap. Crunch up as tall as you can. Feel that quiver, feel that earthquake. Shoulder blades touch. Little crunch, shoulder blade touch, right back up. Crunch as tall as you can. I didn't say big crunch or little crunch. I said littler, then crunch up as tall as you can. Notice the difference. Try to create a difference out of the two. Up as tall as you can is your closest version of a sit-up as you can get without a whip. Still give it a try. Try this up. If you fail, then great. We know we can and cannot do. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to it in 2, 1. We are up. We are down. We are all the way up if you can. And then control it on. Back down. This one, I want it to be slow, but I want you to find a pace that's going to work for you. If I'm coaching you on my speed and you aren't sitting on the way up, you're going to be wasting time. Again, find a version that's going to work for you. Never let your shoulders touch. That's one of the big challenges here. That's the way we keep our core under tension pretty much the entire time. Never going all the way down. My shoulder blades touch, I'm never relaxing all the way down. Shoulder blades touch, we're right back up for that tall crunch. Good. One more full set, we have a crunch. And sit all the way up and break it right there. That one never burns me too bad, but the sit up, I still struggle with. Like, it never actually gets easier.
Yeah.
See, I do the same thing. My feet came up every single time. We will repeat these with a few different variations in between. The first round was 45 seconds. This next round, 40 seconds. Yeah, it's a big deal. I know. Don't celebrate too much. It's a big deal. Whole 5 seconds gone. Yeah, I can't wait for it. 1, 2, 3 leg drops. The first thing we got going on. Let's get to the 2, 1. We are in it. We have 1, 2, 3. Hold it. And back up. That hang can be all the way down. Point those toes. 1. Point those toes. Try to lock your knees out if you can. All the way up. Make sure that low back does stay pressed tight into the ground the entire time while we are engaged. If not, you will feel those muscles start to work and start to take over for you. We don't want it. We don't want their help. All the way up. Control that. We just want those low back muscles stabilizing, supporting. We don't want help with the movement. Go one more all the way down. We have 1, 2. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 3 and break right there. Break right there. Breathe. Next, we have those 5 scissor kicks and a hug. Let's go ahead and switch it to 3 scissor kicks. We won't hug it as long as we held it the first time. Still get a good stretch. You just don't relax in there as quickly. We have 3, 2, 1. Let's get to it. Remember, 1, 2, 3 kicks. We'll reach up, give it a good hug, and then go back. 1, 2, 3 kicks, good hug, and take it on back. Here, I still want you to point those toes. Make sure we're training everything we can on the posterior side of your body. Keep those knees as straight as you can. Work on the mobility while we're here. Pilates, yes, is strengthening its stability muscles. It's also working out your flexibility muscles. We're going to make sure we are flexible. 1, 2, 3. I'm on my first leg. Make sure you hug them evenly. 1, 2, 3. We'll give that one more good hug and break it right there. Ooh, we're going to go back to those side V-ups again. On one side, doesn't really matter which, like I said, we're going to hit the other one right after it. Bottom arm is down, top arm is up. I know people typically can easily get that confused. Top hand, fingertips at your temples. Take a deep breath in. Let's get to it. Crunch everything upwards and back down. Try to keep those knees straight if you can. Use that bottom arm to help press you up, especially if you're really struggling on these. Let that bottom arm help you. Don't let that top arm help you. It's literally just there to hold its place and make sure it stays stable. I don't want your bottom hip bone, particularly, to feel this movement. I want obliques, your top obliques, to shorten as you feel that crunch, that V up, everything crunching in towards each other. If you feel that bone, run back to the meat of those muscles. And break it right there, break it right there. I think it's a every time. That's probably like my hardest one, especially because I try to articulate it so well. So particularly.
Well, it does make a difference when you think about shortening these muscles.
That's what works in my head. I know our muscles connect, so it helps me, but I think shorten everything. Other side in 2, 1, we're up. We're controlling it down. That bottom arm is down on the ground. The elbow stays down the entire time. Even as you're pressing yourself up. Again, I want you to use those muscles. Feel that shortening going on. See if you can't notice the difference that it makes. You're long when you're down, short when you're up. And if those muscles can't do it all, then I want that bottom arm down. I don't want too much movement of the spine. I want the spine to stay as straight as it possibly can. That's why I'm all for the extra support here. 1 more, nice and tall. 2, 1 more, break it right there, break it right there. Oh, I gotta sit up in this little stretch. I gotta go to my cobra stretch one time before we get back to those crunches.
Is it ab hold?
In and out, yes. Ab hold, in and out crunch. This time, move the water bottle. Instead of going left and right, we're gonna do in, out, in, out. See, I just yelled the second one. That's the only difference. I just yelled the second one. So knees are coming in, they're going out, they're coming in, feet are opening as they go out, and repeat. So working on a lot of your lower core, a lot of hip flexors. If you felt it last time, you'll definitely feel it this time. My tip, somebody told me they felt their hips pop, I did too. So what I did was I just kept my legs lower as I went out, and it took away a lot of the load of my hips. So keep your feet as low as they can without your feet touching. If you're on hardwood like we are with socks, you can modify, let those feet kind of stay on the ground. And it will still challenge you. It'll just take off a lot of load. Ready? We are up. Let's go to it. We're out and in. Out and in. See, I told you I was going to yell. That's the big difference. We just yell it. Out and in each time we go. Your back and your spine, let me clarify, spine particularly, is as straight as it can possibly be. The bottom of your pelvis is pointing downwards. The top of your hips are pointing straight up to the ceiling as much as you can. Spine follows. Naturally, when we lean back, we want to go all the way back because it really works your core, having that pressure on you. I'd rather you support your spine before you try to challenge your core. Arms up if you can. Mine actually just trying to hold my legs. Got 2, 1, break it. Right there. Oh man. We'll go to the sit up to crunches next. Nothing different here. Try to keep it exactly the same. Minimize any type of whip up that your body might naturally compensate with. 3, 2, 1. Let's get to it. Remember, when you are going down, your all the way down is never actually all the way down. You're all the way down, shoulder blades touch, and you're right back up. Crunch, and sit all the way up if you can. If you can't sit all the way up, tell the difference between your crunch and your full all the way to the top, everything you got crunch. If you aren't able to sit all the way up, totally fine, but I do want you to make a difference between that crunch and that sit-up. There we go, there we go. We have 3, 2, 1, and break it right there, break it right there. Oh man, we're on to the next section. To begin with, this is absolutely one of my favorites. Ab hold bicycle crunches. We're going to be in ab hold position. Heels will be down, fingertips at temple. Take it to one side, take it to the other. Again, spine is sitting up, straightened out as absolutely best as you can. If you need to modify, just go ahead and switch it all the way to your back so you don't put that too much pressure on that low back right here. Ab hold bicycles in 3, 2, 1, and let's get to it. Elbows stay wide. I want you to focus on the rotation, whether you are on your back or on your hips. I want you to focus on that full rotation. When I rotate to my left, I think my left elbow goes as far back behind me while I'm up here. Main thing, if you're in modified with Kylie, I want you to think, hold it on each side for at least 2 seconds so you get that lift and rotate, and those muscles get to squeeze in the isometric squeeze. The isometric squeeze is just you holding it for a second instead of moving. With that being said, I tried to talk this all the way through. We have 5 more seconds. Here we go for 3, 2, 1, and break it right there. I say that one my favorite. That one probably hurts the absolute worst. Maybe that's why it's my favorite. I'm not 100% sure. Next. Check this out. There's 2, 3 different ways you can do this. One, the full version, I will show you for plank openers. On your elbows, palms are down, feet are about shoulder width apart. As you rotate, I want you to reach up towards the ceiling. Your feet, I want you to rotate with you. I'm on my toes. As I open up, I'm on the side of each foot. Bring it back down to your elbows, controlling everything as you lift up and as you come down. Modify. You can either just hold a full-out plank, or you can hold a side plank this round. We're going to keep this exact same on round number 2, and I can just instruct you which side to go to. So if you are modifying, you can either do that full plank or a side plank on your left side. On your left side, that way you still get those obliques. Then the next round, we'll go over to your right. If you're doing the full version, we're on the elbows. In 3, 2, 1, we are in it. Slowly open up and rotate towards one wall. Rotate those feet, bring it back down. Slowly open up and rotate towards that second wall with your feet. And then I want you to control it back down. Hips rotate with everything. In my head, hips are what is moving. Everything else really just follows. Good posture, no matter what version you're doing. By good posture, don't round your upper back. Instead, relax your upper back. Let it be as straight as it can be. We know your spine naturally has curves in it. That's totally fine. I want you to minimize these curves while we're in this plank position. We have 3 seconds. Give me 2, 1, and break it right there. Break it right there.
That did not feel like a modification. I was shaking.
Good. You should have. Modification is never supposed to be easy. It's not your easy way out. It's just your way to keep on going without sitting out. This next one, we have side crunches. My version, what I call side crunches, we're crunching straight up towards the ceiling with those knees just falling over towards the side. Some people try to push them all the way over and it might just pull them a little back. I try to get mine all the way over, but I do not force it. Modified is just letting them fall a little bit less. It's not really a big difference. Full version or modified, really, you're finding your range of motion and then just crunching that straight up towards the ceiling. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and let's get to it. Crunching up as tall as you can. Notice how if your legs are over to that one side, that one shoulder blade might leave the ground second or not want to at all. The goal is that as we lift, lift everything as even as possible. Even though my knees are over to my left shoulder blade wants to come up second, the goal is to lift them up at exactly the same time. Place them down at exactly the same time. While lifting up your shoulders, not your neck. Yeah, let me yell that again. While lifting up your shoulders, not crunching your neck up. Good. Let's go ahead and just rock those knees to the other side and keep it flowing. What do you say, Kylie? We don't need a break.
That's brilliant.
That's brilliant. We're just being efficient over here with our time. We don't need a break right here. We are on the other side if you didn't catch that. Side number 2, crunch up still as tall as you can. Still lifting up your shoulders, not your neck. Too many times I catch myself lifting my neck up in these crunches because I want to get a certain number or a certain time in. Well, then guess what? I feel it in my neck muscles. I don't feel it in my core like I want it. You want to feel these in your core. You should feel a trembling little earthquake every time you crunch up. Last time, as tall as you can, and break it. All right. There, you want to switch for this last round, Kylie, you can modify it.
I've been doing modified, so.
Switch it. I guess you guys see the first option there. We are repeating those one more time at the same timing. Starting out with those ab-hole bicycle crunches. You're like, I'm already on top of that. Let's continue as it. Be quiet. Ab-hole position, elbows nice and wide on your back if you need to. In 3, 2, 1, let's get to it. Rotate and hold for about 1, 2, 3. I always say a 3 count. So I hit 1, 2, 3. As we're counting during our exercises, you're never actually going to hold it for 3 seconds if I were to ask you to. So I'm just not going to ask you to. I'm not going to get disappointed because everybody will count 1, 2, 3, and then move on to the other side. So instead, I just need a 3 count, which is about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. If we can hold it for about 2 actual seconds, you're doing something right. You're doing something good. But make sure we rotate just as much as we can rotate. Have that good posture. Top of your hips are tilted towards the ceiling. We have 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Let's hit that other side for 3, 2, 1. Break it. Right. There. Plank openers once again in that plank position on your elbows. Already.
That came up fast.
So if you need the modified and you're not going to do the full, or you did the left side last time, we're just switching over to the right side. Or we can just go back down to that normal middle plank. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. We are up in it. We're rotating nice and slowly, opening up towards the ceiling, slowly down. Like we are lifting up slowly, but then just dropping it down. We are defeating the actual purpose. The purpose here is to have that full control throughout the transition. If it was just hitting the side plank and the full plank, the full version would be just the side plank or just the full plank. Right now, I want that rotation to be controlled as we are bringing it back down. The concentric for the lift, the eccentric for that control down. Let's hit both sides one more time. Out to your left, out to your right. Slow, 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 slow. Take a deep breath in and exhale as we break it right there. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. Side crunches. Now I have one more special thing for y'all at the end. I just want to hit it one time. If it works, you're good. About a little surprise coming before our stretches.
Surprise is never a good thing.
Surprise is usually a good thing. Like almost always, you're going to do something that you wouldn't have expected. I thought that's what you wanted. Side crunches. I'm going towards my right side first this time because I did that side second. So make a mental note. If you remember what you did first, we're going to go to the opposite side first. 3, 2, 1. Let's get them going. Up towards that ceiling. Let the shoulder release that. Both try to leave at the same time. Both touch that ground or that mat again at the same time. Feel what muscles you should be working. We're working your obliques. If you don't know, you have your normal six-pack muscles. Yes, you have them, whether you can see them or not. But you also have those obliques, those lines that kind of go inwards towards those abdominals. You have an external and your internal, all of which on the outside, external being at the top, internal being lower. Feel those muscles shorten as you lift. Feel what muscle we should be feeling on the side abs. Go ahead and run those knees to the other side, but keep on crunching towards the ceiling. Lift everything up. Put that hand on your stomach. Do you feel those muscles get tighter? Do you feel those muscles shortening up? If you don't, make sure you're actually lifting up your shoulders. You're not just lifting up your neck. Those muscles are up under there. I want you to dig down deep, find them, make sure they're working, make sure you're lifting up as tall as you can. We've got 10 seconds left. Stay strong, breathe through it. I really like trembling in my voice, so I'm about to lift up your body. We have 3, 2, 1, right here, right there. One more exercise for us today. Full version. We're in hover hold position, alternating bird dogs. Modified. I want your modified to still be a hover hold, and then alternate arms right here as you're learning. If you can't do the full version, you're alternating your arms, but your opposite arm from the leg the opposite leg from the arm that's going out will be going with it. So, for example, right here in the hover hold, left arm goes out while right leg goes out. The right arm while left leg goes out, leaning back in the middle. If you feel these in your lower back, try one to keep your knees lower to the ground, to keep your back as straight as you can. Don't push through pain. Try to correct your form if you feel it in your lower back, but do not push through the pain. There's my tip for you guys on this one. Ready, hover, hold. Let's get to it. While we're here, tightening up your abs with everything. That's what's holding your balance, your coordination for this bird dog. It is opposite arm with opposite leg. If you try to go the same arm leg, you will fall. Do not try it. Now I just know that somebody's going to try to prove me wrong. And they fell. I bet you they just fell trying to do it.
No, I won't.
Try it out. Wow, that was impressive.
Thank you. I don't know how I did it, to be totally honest.
These,
I'm that person.
I'm that person. Somebody told me that I would fall trying it. I would definitely try it. I just gotta go super fast. I fall coming back down to it. Get those knees a little bit lower. We have 3, 2, 1. I'm working right there. I told you it wasn't too bad. But it was definitely something different. That got my quads working.
Oh, yeah.
With that being said, good prone position, lay down flat. Elbows underneath your shoulders. I want you to look up as big as you can. Relaxing your upper back, looking up towards the ceiling. I want you to straighten out your arms. Shoulder blades pull back and down, away from your ears. Arms are straight so you feel that good arch in your middle to upper back. Slowly lower it on down. Turn those toes under your arm, push yourself all the way up into a downward dog. Yes, I said push up. Ha, 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 ha. But here we get to stretch. We don't have to rely on our muscles to help hold us up. Shoulders away from your wrists this time. Go ahead, bend one knee in. Feel how that stretches out the opposite calf. Straighten out that leg, bend your opposite knee in. Straighten that leg out. Both knees coming in, so we're all the way down. Sitting back into child's pose. Walk both hands over to your right side. That's good stretching your left and low back while we're here. Breathe and relax. Walk hands over towards your left side. Feel it in your right side low back. Again, melt into the mat. Don't think, pull. Think, breathe, and relax. Release those muscles that are tight. Walk both hands out to the front. Shift our shoulders forward over your wrists. Bring a few cat-cows. Inhale as big as you can. Look up, arching your back, holding the bottom of your hip upwards. Then exhale as you round everything as much as you possibly can. Work on full mobility of your spine. I typically just move these with my breathing. Every time I inhale, I'm in this cat position. Round. Actually, this is the cat position. Rounding and arching everything.
See my cats do this one frequently.
This is apparently the cow position, because you see cows do this all the time.
Totally.
This one, the cats are scared. What's funny is I see my dog do downward dog on a daily basis. Usually when I'm stretching, she'll join me with some stretches and some kisses all over my face when I'm not doing it.
Too cute.
Reach up with that left arm as big as you can. Look at it as it comes up. Exhale as you bring it underneath your right arm. Let your body fall over that left shoulder. Work on the rotation of your thoracic spine in particular. So that good stretch for your upper back is right here. Lift that left arm up towards that ceiling again. Watch as it goes. And bring it arm back down. Lift up your right arm up towards the ceiling as big as you can. Exhale as we tuck it underneath us again. Fall down on that right shoulder. Breathe and relax. Lift that right arm back up towards the ceiling. Watch it as it follows. And bring it on back down. 2 more simple stretches to have for you guys. That's going to be really help to relax. On your back, lay your arms out in a T. Pick up the left leg. Take it across your body. Over towards the right side. Look over your left shoulder, elbow, and hand. All down there on the ground. They are flat. And then you are just, once your arm is down the ground, then I want you to think right arm can help pull that left leg over. Again, looking over your left shoulder. Straighten that leg up nice and slowly. Right arm out to the T. That right leg lifts up and across over to your left side. You are now looking over that right shoulder. Again, rotation of the spine as much as it can go. And then of course, I'm sure you can feel these in the outside of your hips. We are stretching those muscles that get worked constantly on a daily basis. We need to lengthen them up right here. Slowly bring it on down. Roll it on up. You guys did it. Great job today with the fun little Pilates workout for you. I usually say it softly after a softer class.
Yes, I do too.
I don't yell super loud. You guys want to breathe super heavy today. Sweat, soar, smile on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sweat, soar, smile.
Nice
Good
job,
job,
you guys.